Anyone with any sense would just go and buy this from the store, but I'm going to try and make it from scratch. I'm going to try and make Doenjang, which is a Korean fermented soybean paste that is one of the main ingredients for Korean food. And really the only ingredients to make this are water, soybeans, and salt. I'm starting off with some soybeans which I've soaked overnight and then I've boiled until soft, which can take a couple hours. And then I need to smash the soybeans, which I could do by hand, but I'm going to use a meat grinder to speed things up. I swapped the grind size halfway just to get a little bit of variation in the chunkiness, and once the soybean paste is cool enough to handle, it needs to be formed into blocks, which are usually rectangular blocks, but I don't have a rectangle mold, so I'm just going to make mine circular. And then I left these to dry overnight with a fan lightly blowing across them to allow them to firm up a little bit. Something fun I learned while making this is that there are grades for straw, which I found out when ordering this straw because the farmer called me up to ask me what I'm using the straw for. Turned out I ordered the straw used for gardening mulch and food smoking, and instead I needed to get the more expensive straw specifically for making doenjang, which I'm using right now to surround the soybean blocks with because the fungus we're trying to inoculate into these blocks is abundant on straw and hay. I left these for another 2 days to dry a little bit more before moving to this makeshift fermenter so we can start to incubate the mold. This is just a polystyrene box with some holes poked into the side and a heat mat in the bottom. I'm going to pack my soybean blocks in surrounded by the straw, close this up with a thermometer probe inside so I can monitor the temperature, and then leave this for up to 3 weeks to allow the mold to inoculate deep into the soybean blocks. So you probably want to follow this account to follow along and see how this turns out.